Hello and welcome! My name's Heather, I'm a Registered Professional Counselor, and we're gonna watch Love is Blind Season 2.
Who got you this?
Oh.
Who got me that?
Yeah.
My ex-girlfriend.
Oh God, I knew it. As soon as he said, who got me that?
Yeah, I had a feeling too.
This meant something. To her and to you.
It was a birthday gift.
That means even more.
So I feel like this conversation can come up a lot in relationships and within the couples. What do you do with the ex's stuff? Is it okay if you keep them if they were gifts or if they were special mementos? Or are you supposed to throw them away because someone in the relationship feels uncomfortable? A lot of the times when someone has this type of reaction, it comes from a place of insecurity. So it's a worry that if our partner has these gifts or these reminders of our exes, then that's a clear indication that they still have feelings for their ex, or that they could potentially have feelings again if, they see these gifts around enough. So logically, it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. So for example, this gift or this watch case holder, I don't think that Jarrette is holding on to it because he is secretly in love with his ex or that he misses his ex. He's keeping it because it's a gift, it's a nice personalized gift, and also he needs to put his watches somewhere. But when you have someone who is insecurely attached, again, total speculation, usually what happens is that we would find little pieces of evidence to try to fuel those feelings of anxiety and those feelings of worry that our partner is going to leave us. And that's essentially what this is. Even if Jarrette were to get rid of this box, Iyanna will find other triggers that will spark these feelings of insecurities, whether it's more gifts or mementos that he has from his exes, or it could be other things as well, because someone who is anxiously attached actively seeks out evidence to prove that they're not worthy, that their partner is going to leave them, that they're not good enough, that their partner doesn't love them or is still in love with their ex. And in order to overcome these insecurities, going to therapy can be extremely helpful. The other thing as well is just letting your partner know that you're feeling insecure and maybe you need some level of reassurance. But what you can't do is expect to control all these little triggers to avoid feeling those insecurities or those feelings of anxieties, because that's a band-aid solution. It's not going to work. It's a temporary fix maybe. And again, they will find other situations or other evidence to prove that they're not worthy or to feed into their feelings of insecurity because they're not dealing with the root problem, which is an internal factor that they need to work on, not changing the external stimuli that triggers them. Before I forget, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel for more analysis videos of Love is Blind.
I don't believe in keeping gifts from exes. I don't believe in staying friends with exes. The fact that he has like a whole personalized gift is like weird.
So it's okay if she has a different way of dealing with her ex's belongings or dealing with her exes, and it sounds like she just cuts them out completely. Now, not everyone is going to have that approach when it comes to their ex, and that's totally fine. Now, she can have that conversation with Jarrette around her comfort level and maybe the belongings of his exes, but ultimately it's up to him and it's his decision whether or not he wants to keep it or not, because those are his things and he has every right to do whatever he wants with it. And they can also find a compromise. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because he has these gifts from his exes that he's secretly in love with them and he holds on to them at night and dreams about them while holding on to this box of watches. Again, when we're anxiously attached, we think the worst case scenario, which is essentially that.
Why is that still in your apartment?
I don't know. I just never threw it out.
Why not? Do you still have feelings for this girl?
Yeah, I'm madly in love with her. And the only way I can deal with it is by holding onto a $3 tube of lotion.
What do you guys do with your ex's stuff? Do you guys throw it away or do you keep them? Let me know in the comments below.
I've already seen how he is with Mallory. So it bothers me just a little bit. I need to know that I'm the only one who he wants to be with.
So the other possibility is that perhaps she's projecting her own experiences onto Jarrette. So maybe she was in a relationship with someone and she still had really strong feelings towards her ex. And maybe with time, what she realized was that it wasn't fair to her previous partner that she had these feelings with her ex while being in a new relationship. And so she realized that she needs to completely cut the ex out from her life and not have any of their stuff to remind her of him. And now she's projecting those feelings onto Jarrette because she's worried that because he kept it, he's secretly in love with his ex because when she kept her ex's stuff, she was secretly in love with them. Again, a lot of different possibilities here, but when it comes to dealing with exes and exes stuff, there's definitely conversations that you can have with your partner around your comfort level with those things being out and about in your home. But again, just because your partner may have a gift from their ex, it does not mean that they are secretly in love with them. And if they're not comfortable getting rid of the gift, especially if it's a practical gift, maybe that's something for you to either accept and just let it go, or again, maybe they can put it somewhere else that you can't see it. And, so there's definitely ways to work around it, but there's no right or wrong way of dealing with ex's belongings, especially if the breakup was mutual, there was no messiness, and you guys are still friends or you left off on good terms. It seems okay to keep that gift, and it's okay if you don't want to keep the gift, but again, how do you communicate that with your partner? And also taking responsibility for your own feelings and finding ways to manage or cope with that.
My clock is ticking. I can't wait to have kids.
Is that why you almost chose Mallory? Because she's more established and she can just have kids?
Oh, wow.
No.
I guess that is also the question as to whether or not they discuss this in length in the pods, because if Jarrette already knew that she's not ready to have kids right away, then that could have been something that he would have had a conversation with himself and check in with himself, especially if he's already expressed that he really wants to have kids soon. Maybe that's something that they didn't discuss in length in the pods, was their expectations of when to have kids. And what can happen is that we expect our partners to change our mind. So maybe they both went ahead with the engagement expecting that the other person would change their mind. So this could potentially be a big issue in their relationship, especially if they don't agree on when is a good time to start having kids. So we'll have to see if this is something that they're willing to overcome or if they're willing to compromise on.
Sometimes I wonder, what was the difference between the two of us? And I know she's more established than I am, and I know, for me, it's a lot to take on someone who isn't as established, and you have to support them more. If I'm having kids and I'm getting my master's at the same time, that's going to be a lot.
So a lot of the times what happens is that when people are anxiously attached, they tend to compare themselves to their partner's exes or to other people that they might consider a threat, because now their insecurities are getting triggered and they're starting to worry that they're not good enough. And we see that she's brought up Mallory quite a few times already, and that's why she's worried that Jarrette initially picked her. And I get where she's coming from, because completing a master's degree plus having a kid and getting married essentially is a lot on your plate. Graduate and master's programs are quite intense already, so I understand why she'd want to wait, but it doesn't help that Iyanna is already having a lot of insecurities or jealousy issues with his exes, and maybe it's being sparked because of what recently happened with Mallory, and also she saw them interacting when they were in Mexico. So maybe she does have reason to be jealous or upset, and she keeps bringing it up, but she could just explicitly let him know that she's having these feelings as well. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more analysis videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and feel free to check out my other therapist reviews videos, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, be kind and love yourself.